Talk about the decision process and how long did it take to get a decision from management, and what might have you done differently as you kind of pitched management to buy off on this really pretty significant transition?
I think we've been thinking about it for probably a longer time than we've really been considering and looking at softwares. It didn't really take us a whole lot of time to make a decision. We considered Great Plains versus Intact, and the biggest factors were customization, the ease of customization, the maintenance, the fact that everything is accessible from any type of portal, any computer, anywhere in the world that you are. That was very important. And just like you said, the fact that the software is very intuitive and it allows you to modify it to fit your needs. So we went with Intact. It really didn't take us long to implement either. And looking back at it, I don't even know if we would have done something differently. Maybe we would like more time to be able to have our staff dig in the sandbox and just play around with it, because we ended up learning on the fly. We went live 1/1 with, I think the contract was signed November 15-ish or something like that. So we pretty much had a month and a half to implement, which is not a long time at all.
So switching to implementation, so how did you resource, Amy, how did you resource the project? What roles did consultants play in your project?
We were at a phase of growth where we were buying a competitor at the same time. So I knew I needed to use an outside party to assist us. Not to say that you will not impact your technology staff in-house, because you will. So we actually hired Access Tech to come in and help us, particularly around configuration. In fact, let's take a step back. They helped us with selection. We looked at Great Plains, NetSuite, and Intact, all three. We toyed around Peachtree and some other packages, but found that what we needed as a non-inventory accounting type of need was more of the Intact NetSuite space. We also did not want to build the in-house server maintenance team on the technology side, so that eliminated the on-premise piece and boiled it down pretty quickly to those two solutions. How do we resource it? Well, we had internal people that handled the integration work, working closely with the consultants from Intact. We had an accountant and a controller that dealt with a lot of the configuration up front. We set up a steering committee, but frankly found it was relatively smooth going. In the middle of a merger of two companies now, we implemented a system inside of 6 weeks, on time and under budget. So I felt like it worked very well for us.
Questions? So talk about what would you do differently in any of these projects if you have now hindsight? I mean, Lindy, you have a few projects behind you. What lessons have you learned that you say, wow, you really should have done this a completely different way and we'd do it differently now?
Well, that's a good question, Sam, because for 20 years I was implementing these on-premise systems, and they were, those projects were very, very expensive and time-consuming and big budget projects. And what we found with the Intact, with the cloud accounting, is that initially, and I think both Tanya and Amy said it, they went live very, very quickly. We put together a budget, and we met our budget and timeline because they were able to do a lot of work. Even Scott, they used a different consultant, and they did a lot of the work. So I think what we're redoing and retooling in our company is we're scaling down our budgetary estimates for our implementation. We're looking at more rapid implementation timeframes and a lower project scope for us, which in the end, it's easier to get a lower total cost of ownership that's low and a return on investment on this solution. But it enables companies like you guys here to very rapidly get world-class accounting software in that can do all the dashboards and give you the visibility at a really good cost. So that's what we're doing, is we're revamping our whole thought process on our implementation scopes.